Look at this mess. We'll never find anything in here. Look around. You'd think...
I'll check over here.
You'd think that temple priests would be neat. Look, be a puny dark elf. You found it. I guess we're climbing down that hole.
Silence, chiefs! Your constant bickering has plagued our people for long enough!
Durog's belittling the chiefs. They won't stand for that.
You isolate yourselves in your own strongholds, perpetuating our selfish nature. We must change who and what we are!
Durog's got a point. We're still going to kill the bastard, right?
10, the cynics are right.
Set it aflame!
I tried to appeal to you as equals, but you refused to listen. I grow tired of arguing with you.
The king cares for our people, and all you do is break his heart.
Wonderful. The murderous king and his lunatic mother. Interesting. We're getting close. Be ready for anything!
Sounds like the time I walked in on an Imga courting ritual.
Be on your guard.
The choice is simple. Kneel before me as your king and ruler of the United Orsiman Nation, or die!
We need to move faster. Kurog's about to start slaughtering the chiefs. Once we get inside, find Kurog and take him down. We need to save as many chiefs as we can. There's still time if we move fast. We need to open this.
There's no lever. They must have shut it from the other side.
Stand aside and let me work. Get ready to get those people out of there.
You leave me no choice. I'll unite the clans over your dead bodies!
I'll
Archers,
take care of the archers.
Eliminate the clan chiefs!
We've been betrayed. Defend yourselves!
And now the last guest has arrived. I'm gonna make you pay for your disloyalty.
Keep those boss rock faster. Clan chiefs.
I'll go back
Over
and
here.
too fast. Don't get yourself killed without...
Hurry.
As impressive as always. But it doesn't matter.
And it looks.
My soldiers are already moving to block the tunnel. But even impressive criminals must pay for their crimes. I'm gonna deal with you personally. Bow before the king of the Orsimer! You angered mother! Mother? No! I demand a blood price for my mother's death, outsider! Mother! Mother, grant me your power. May the fires of your forge engulf the traitors. Your choice. Die by my fires or the burning pitch.
saved many of the chiefs. This doesn't feel right to me. You fought valiantly, bravely. Maybe the best display of martial skill I've ever seen. I just wish we weren't forced to become Kingslayers. Kurog and his mother are dead, but look at the price he made us pay. The murdered chiefs, but they're just the tip of Malekith's tusk. More orcs will die as they fight to take control of their clans, all the while ignoring the approach of winter and the coming starvation. I've seen enough death for 2 lifetimes. No. Kurog went from good intentions to madness faster than a hawker swallows a bucket of fish. Killing him was the right thing to do. In the end, he left us no choice. How could it not? Once Kurog was like a brother to me. He was a great orc, a visionary, before his mother corrupted him. But I've become as gloomy as a drunken dark elf on a rainy day. Must be because Kurog won, despite everything we did. Please, enough talk. I want to be alone for a while. Think about what happened here and what has to happen next. Meet me back at the keep. We'll continue this discussion then, and you'll get the explanation you desire. May your path to the Ashen Forge be lit with the braziers of courage, my one-time played brother.
Clans. You earned their respect by what you did in there. Follow me. I can lead you back to the keep. The path should be safe enough now. Just stay close and follow me.
Isn't that what the king wants? Toss out
Can
the
you
old and
imagine
in
the
with the new?
chaos? Sometimes I don't know what the king is thinking.
You're just in time. We've finished clearing out the Vashrock and the remaining chiefs are waiting for me to address them. But word of Kurog's death is spreading through the city like wildfire. I don't know how the people will react to the news. Not completely. I'm sure there are still pockets of deluded cultists hiding throughout the countryside. We'll deal with them eventually. Right now, I need to figure out what to do with the clans that lost their chiefs, and with this damnable city. Kurog dreamed of a united Orsimer nation. Of all Orc clans standing shoulder to shoulder as equals with the other races. Despite everything that happened, I think he's going to get his wish. It will all become clear in time. Right now, I need to talk to the chiefs. Figure out how we're going to stabilize the clans without the need for more death and destruction. If you're up to it, I have one more favor to ask of you. You came to Hrothgar to help Kurog unite our people and rebuild this great city. Despite how we got here, you accomplished everything the king asked of you. Now I have a request. If you're willing to provide one more service to the orcs. This last favor is of a more personal nature. I want to give Kurog a proper funeral, to honor him for the warrior and leader he was. not the crazed despot he turned out to be. I do. Kurog was my friend once, and he was a great orc before his ambition got the better of him. Besides, the people need to know the whole truth, the good as well as the bad. A traditional orc requiem is just what we need to get past this. Take these notes and deliver them. Everyone should be somewhere in the city. Make them listen to you. Get them to attend Kurog's funeral. Meanwhile, I'll make sure everything is prepared for the ceremony. On your way back, after you've delivered the letters, stop by the King's Corner Club. Speak to the barkeep, and get a bottle of Kurog's favorite ale. It's foul stuff, but he loved it. We'll use it to drink to his memory at the service. Mostly to people you know. People who helped us stop Kurog and the Vashrok. There are also a few friends of mine. We trained together not long ago, but they recently returned to Hrothgar. I want them to see what happened here. There's Bizra, who rarely removes her war paint. She'll tell you to tusk off, but give her the letter anyway. The other one, he's a unique character. Has a code of honor all his own. If Bizra is here, he won't be far from her side. Happy? What an odd question. To tell you the truth, I never thought I'd live to see the city rise again. But I've been wrong before. You're a good example of that. If you're asking if I'm proud of what Kurog created, then yes, I guess I am. The thought has crossed my mind. At least under Kurog as part of the Daggerfall Covenant, we were considered strong. We had allies. That's something I need to think about. I used to dismiss Kurog and his deals with our enemies. Now I'm not so sure. Emmerich's agreement was with Kurog, not the clan chiefs. We need to discuss our options and make a decision. Hopefully before the next siege camp sets up outside our walls. The chiefs and I discussed this. We think it's better to remember Kurog for who he was rather than vilify him as a tyrant. We honor the orc I knew as a friend, not the one I fought with as a rival and an enemy. We fought side by side long ago. When he left Hrothgar to become a mercenary, I went with him. It was a glorious time. But I had responsibilities to return to. When next I saw my friend, he was making his own challenge to become chief of his clan. Kurog struck a deal with High King Emmerich, agreed to support the Breton ruler in Rancer's war in exchange for the return of Hrothgar. That's when he declared himself king. Some of us were furious with him, but his actions saved countless lives.
This place. Nothing but dry bread and old turnips to eat.
Tusk off. I've got no time for beggars or dishonest traders, and I'm in the mood to throw someone into the river. So walk away before we find out if you can swim. Oh, really? I was certain the old bastard had forgotten his battle companions. In our day, we cut a bloody path across elsewhere in High Rock. But why'd Buzzrug send you, I wonder? A letter? From me? My companion should be along at any moment. Wait until he finds out Bosrog is a chief now. A chief with his own private messenger. He'll plop a brick.
I hope you're not giving that poor messenger a hard time, Bizra. I hope Bizra hasn't been giving you a hard time. She can't help it. She has the personality of an ornery Achater, and that's her on good days. Let me see that. Interesting. Kurog's dead, and Bosrog wants to throw him a traditional Orsimer funeral. And look at that! I'm invited! I usually only get invited to things when someone wants me to hit something. I don't know Chief Bosrog, but I was well acquainted with Bosrog the Butcher. We all served as a part of Gaspar's Stalkers, probably the best mercenary company ever to battle its way across Hammerfell and Cyrodiil. Those were good times.
By all the snot Malakat's right nostril, I never thought I'd be returning to attend a royal funeral. Maybe if I had been here, I could have talked some sense into Kurog's rock-hard head.
I'm glad to see that life still courses through your body. I'd be extremely out of sorts if you turned up dead. And I heard what happened. You have my thanks for keeping Chief Bosrog safe. I'd be even more upset if my husband had died. Not everyone has the luxury to run off on an adventure whenever the mood takes them. I had the foreign survivors to deal with. They had to be gathered up and given shelter after the attack on our stronghold. A letter? How intriguing. What does it say? My husband plans to hold a funeral for Kurog? I suppose that makes sense. They were good friends once, before Kurog put that tight crown upon his head. I'll join Bosrog as soon as I can.
I'm going to miss this place. The temple has become a more somber place since the death of the High Priestess. Solgra was a good woman. She cared about our people, and hoped to spread Trinamac's word. I know she also considered you to be her friend. The temple is going to be rededicated to Malakath now that King Kurog and the Forge Mother are gone. It's a shame, but I can't blame the clan chiefs. Not after what the Vashrak did. What's this? A funeral? For Kurog? I'd be honored to represent Solgra and the temple at this solemn event. Not because I have any love for the Mad King, but because I see Basrog's wisdom. The city needs to heal. I'll do what I can to help with that.
The High Priestess used to study here. Read her books, write her sermons. Now she's gone, and it feels like I've got a hole the size of Eldenroot right in the middle of my chest. Damn right. We won, but the High Priestess died. That's awful, and it makes me so angry. It just isn't fair. But you obviously came here for another reason. Sorry I got so emotional. What's up? A letter? Isn't that how all this trouble started in the first place? But I guess I might as well see this through to the end. And you'll be there, right? Me and you, once more into the breach. Hopefully without anyone trying to kill us this time.
Supplies are now reaching the city on a regular basis. Maybe now our basic city functions will get repaired.
I don't think you should be here. I don't want any more trouble. I heard the king was dead, and I'm sure you had something to do with it, so leave us out of it. No, I don't want anything. Not from you, not from Chief Basrog. I just want me and my father to be left alone. You just won't take no for an answer. Oh, all right, let me see that. A funeral? For the king? And the chief wants me to attend? I'd be honored. I wonder if I have time to get a nice dress.
I'm glad you're here. Saves me the trouble of finding you. Before I return to the Somerset Isles, I want to thank you for not killing me back at the Vashrak Temple. I appreciate that. I think I would have found death to be very boring. The High Priestess was an inspiration. Her legacy will live on, in our memories and in the memories of everyone in Orsinium. As hard as it is to accept, the simple truth is that you can't save everyone. You just have to try. What's this? A funeral? And I'm invited? Splendid! That will give me a chance to say my farewells to everyone all at the same time. Still, a funeral for that mad despot. I hope Chief Basrog knows what he's doing.
No sad faces. Not in here. This was Korog's happy place, and that's how it's going to stay. To Korog, to Orsinium. May the city always remember the kind and gentle king who cared for his people. Everything else? That was his mother's fault. A funeral? No one tells me anything. I came to this wretched land because of Korog. He set me up with this tavern, and I'll always be grateful to him for that. You want the ale? Let's make a deal. I'll give you a bottle of Korog's favorite ale. I'll give you a whole damn barrel of the stuff. But only if you let me attend his funeral. I want to honor him, say goodbye. Let me do that, and I'll make sure you have plenty of the ale he loved. Thank you. I'll have the ale delivered to the keep. And I'll see you at the funeral. It'll be one last party for the king.
Old friends, I'm glad to see you. This is very important to me.
I'm just sorry I missed all the action. It looks like you could have used another hand or two.
Bum nog and hands. I think it's an obsession.
The High Priestess. She looks so peaceful now. I think she'd appreciate all this attention.
He turned me into a messenger when I first arrived. But I never suspected the king was a villain. I guess no one is above greed and corruption.
I have never attended a funeral before. Things like this, they don't happen where I come from.
I don't know why I'm here exactly. I'm just an innkeeper's daughter. Still, it's kind of nice to be rubbing elbows with all these celebrities. I just hope they don't expect me to say a few words.
I can't believe Korog's actually dead. He was just at the tavern yesterday, eating and drinking, carrying on like he didn't have a care in the world. I miss the big horker already.
Korog was always headstrong, confident. But these things I've heard he did, that's not the Korog I knew. Not the mercenary I fought beside and trusted my life to. It just doesn't make any sense.
Never liked funerals. Never will.
My husband cared about Kurog in his own way. I know he shouldn't feel this way, but he's disappointed that events forced you to slay the orc who would be king.
May Trinimac watch over all those who have fallen, and guide them to their next reward.
Thank you for gathering, everyone. It's important that they're all here to see what happens next. We proceed with the funeral. The ceremony is as much about Kurog and the others as it is about the future of the city, of the Orsimer people. Everyone will want to be here for this. Don't worry. I'm not planning anything as audacious as Kurog. Everyone in the city has a choice to make. But it will be peaceful. Nothing will be forced upon them. No more harm will come to the Orsimer. You have my word on that. I can't forget even if I wanted to. But we need to move forward. Now please, we should begin the ceremony. There will be things I ask you to do during the Requiem. Listen to what I say and act accordingly. Today tests our resolve. We have lost friends, allies, and the one responsible for all this. We've gathered to honor him. Some of you question the wisdom of that, but we need to see the Orsimer in a new light. We need to respect and honor each other. That starts today. Even a good orc can fall prey to ill-conceived notions. We need to bury the past with the king and look to the future. Outsider, step forward. Your help has been invaluable and I want you to be a part of this. Please, light the first torch. Ignite these fires to remember Kurog's true goal. Unity for the Orsimer people. Instead, we have clans without chiefs. A city without a king. We will support these people. Guide them. We must look to tomorrow. Outsider, light the second torch. It will burn away the past and guide us to the future. Remember the Kurog who was. Strong, confident. A king who cared about his people. We will carry on that legacy, offering help, but never forcing it upon anyone, much to my regret. The clan chiefs have asked me to take on the mantle of King of the Orsimer. To this request, I have cautiously agreed. We cannot be seen as weak and leaderless to the rest of the world. I shall uphold Kurog's dream, but I will avoid his ambition. We shall stand together as the new Orsini. Say your farewells, then return to the keep. We must put this darkness behind us and celebrate a new day.
I'm glad you're
Doesn't
here.
seem like I'm getting much done
How long
here.
has it been?
Too long, that's for sure. But we can't all be shield wife to a king.
Will you return to Black Marsh, my friend? Or do you have another destination in mind?
As long as it's not here, I'll go wherever the current takes me.
Does priest appreciate Rigurd's gift? It's filled with the finest Nord spices and... well, you probably don't want to know about the and.
Are you sure this is safe to eat? I'm not sure I even know what this is.
Thanks for the offer, but I can't. Not after everything that's happened.
I understand. Thank you for everything you've done, little elf. I shall miss you.
You're leaving too? I can't blame you. I really can't stay around here much longer. Not after everything that happened. Not that well, all things considered, when I saw the High Priestess's body just lying on that slab. Look, I've got to get out of here. If I stick around, these feelings, these memories, they're never going to fade. Yeah, he wanted me to stay and help train the Orc archers. Even offered me my own squad and a fancy title. But after everything that happened, I just need to get away, so I can put this all behind me. I'm not sure. I might return to Valenwood, see my family. I'm kind of missing my loved ones after what we've been through. I wonder if Solgra had a family. She never mentioned it. There's so much I want to tell you, to thank you for. I've learned so much from you. Out of everyone here, you're the one person I never lost faith in. I wish I could just go and follow you around forever. Tempting, but I need to find my own way for a while. But no matter where the wind blows, leaves from the same tree eventually find each other again. That'll be the same for us. You'll see.
Your courage and resilience in the face of adversity do you honor, my friend. If not for you, the clan chiefs and I wouldn't be standing here. And I certainly wouldn't be king. So this is all your fault, isn't it? I haven't been king long enough to form an opinion. I hope the crown isn't as heavy as Kurog made it look. You have a place here with the people of Orsinium. But as much as I'd like you to stay, I know there are others out there who need your help. I need to continue to meet with the clan chiefs and reach out to other influential orcs in the city. We have a government to forge and alliances to foster. There's a lot of work, but I think I finally understand what Kurog was trying to do. And you. Take this. It belonged to Kurog, but you earned it. I hope I can do as much for my people as you did for Orsinium. I will do my best to live up to the faith that you and the clan chiefs have seen in me. Your name will never be forgotten by the Orsimer. We will talk of your deeds for generations to come. Now, we'll find a way for the clans to work together. To fulfill Kurog's original dream of united and strong people. Orsinium will stand forever. There's enough of the fanatics left to be a pain in my side. But we have ways of separating the bad from the good. It might take a while, but we'll put an end to the Vash'Rokk before too long. Orcs have no concept of goodbye. We just come and go as we please. But you're always welcome in Orsinium, my friend. I'll be here cleaning up the mess that Kurog left us with. Just try not to get killed without me, all right? Good. I knew you would. I wish you safe travels. I'll try not to get too jealous while I'm stuck here being a royal bureaucrat and you're out there being a hero. Never wanted to be a king. Still don't, really. But this is the best way to keep the clans from fighting or starving to death once winter sets in. I'll wear the crown for as long as I have to. Set my people on the right path. Orcs usually burn the bodies of chiefs and heroes, mix the ashes into swords and shields. But for Kurog, I think I'll have the seat of the throne recast. That way he'll always be a pain in my arse. Help remind me what I should and shouldn't do.
More peace. It's almost good. You've done such a fantastic job filling these walls. The House of Orsimer Glories is finally worthy of its name. There's just one final piece, if you don't mind braving the wilderness. I'm not entirely certain, of course. One can never be certain of these things. But I think I've discovered the location of a major relic. If I'm correct, it belonged to King Torog, founder of Orsinium, and creator of its Bear Rider cavalry. King Torog's bear, Coldwind, was a mountain among hills. When King Torog died, Torog entombed her remains in a cave long thought lost. Until now, according to this report. So, will you retrieve Coldwind's skull for the House of Orsimer Glories?
Coldwind's tomb was to remain buried under ice until a true hero of Hrothgar walked the land. Now you disturb the dust in her resting place. Why are you here? Brazen ignorance, of course. You don't understand what you ask. Coldwind has a special place in my legend, and I in hers. In this tomb are the items I used to win over Coldwind's trust. Return each to its proper home, so you may return to yours. Tarog brought clean water to slake the snow bear's thirst. Tarog brought fire to warm the snow bear's frozen hide. Tarog brought Achater meat to fill the snow bear's hungry belly. Tarog spilled his own blood to draw out the great snow bear. And Coldwind accepted King Tarog's offerings, for he had come as an equal and not a master. I always knew Coldwind's rest would be interrupted. Doesn't mean I'm happy about it. What now?
What do you want? done it, haven't you? Coldwind Skull, do you have it? Wonderful! And I do believe the prophecy is fulfilled. Did I forget to mention the prophecy? Coldwind shall return in the hour of Hrothgar's greatest need to a hero worthy of King Torug's legacy. Seems rather direct as these things go.
Can't you see I'm busy?
This is where I'm supposed to meet her, isn't it?
Empty crates again? Trinamax jawbone. We're never going to finish building this city.
If she's out drinking again, I'll feed her to the Durzogs.
Reekers aren't usually that much trouble. Oh, but these were organized.
I think the bleeding may have stopped.
Ever met a Reeker? I hate those sneaky little bastards. My hunting party got ambushed by Reeker raiders of all things. They were organized and their leader was powerful. He used magicka. They dragged off 2 of our hunters, including my twin sister Zubasha. You'd do that? Maruk took 2 hunters and went after Zubasha and Therig. But we're all tired and not used to being out on our own. If you can kill the Reeker chief and acquire his totem, I'll be able to save face with the clan elders. Maruk's probably the strongest in our party. He took the uninjured hunters and went after the Reeker. I think they headed toward the cave in the cliffside. Yeah, maybe. This was our first time out on our own, and things didn't go as planned. I'm responsible for what happened. Dorga's death is on my shoulders, and on the Reekers. But I don't want to lose any more of my friends. It was my idea. I wanted to show we were ready to help our clan. Prove ourselves, you know? We wanted to see if we could make a kill without the help of an older hunter. Well, most of us anyway. Jazim just tagged along to be with his brother. With all the outsiders coming to Hrothgar, we wanted to prove our worth. Show we can handle ourselves. Gather meat, furs, provide for the clan. Never expected to get ambushed by Reekers, though. With your help, maybe we can make this right. I know it sounds strange, but the Reekers behaved like a raiding party. I even saw their leader bark commands in some gibberish language. If I don't salvage this, make things right, I'll bring shame to my mother. She's the hunt wife of our clan. The chieftain won't give up the totem willingly. But if I can give the totem to our elders and bring most of our hunters home, it will prove we aren't totally incompetent. I'll answer for what happened, but I want to make it as right as I can.
hurts like a skinned horker. One of those reeker hit me with a damn rock! Orgotha, always giving orders. Thinks she was the hunt wife and not her mother. I just need to clear my head. Gotta find Avreg and Jasim. Don't want to add losing them to the list of today's embarrassments. They headed toward the cave up in the cliffs the last time I saw them. Right after that reeker got the drop on me. Should have been back by now. Maybe you can find them? I'll make my way back to camp as soon as my ears stop ringing.
I was fine until I stopped to rest. That's when I noticed that one of those damn reekers bit me. That makes two of us, but I'm more concerned about my little brother. He ran off to find our friends with only his stupid cat to help him. Look, if you could convince Jasim to get his arse out of there, I'd be grateful. Just watch out for the reekers. Yeah, raised it from a kitten and loves it all to pieces. Between you and me, my brother isn't an average orc. He's a little different. Just find Jas and the others before the reeker do something awful to them, all right? Tracked? I guess so. They weren't really trying to hide their path. Unfortunately, they were waiting for us just outside the cave. Speaking of which, did you happen to run into a big orc named Maruk? One of the reekers cracked a rock on his head. That Orgotha, always thinking. She'll make a great hunt wife one of these days. I'm sure the reeker leader is somewhere inside. Just find my brother and the others before you rile up the blue buggers. All this fighting is still kind of new to us.
Ever so obstinate and loves to explore. Sometimes I think she's a better orc than I am. You met Avreg, did you? We look nothing alike, but he's the best brother I've ever had. I was trying to find the other hunters when Winks decided to go exploring without me. Stupid cat isn't afraid of anything. Hey, wait a moment, who are you? That's what I'm doing. But I lost track of Zubisha and Theric when Winks got away from me. And there are an awful lot of reekers in here. If you find the hunters, I'll look for Winks. Sound good to you? You want me to abandon my companions? And poor Winks? That's not how orcs do things. That's not the orc way. Besides, I may have been raised by orcs, but I'm a Khajiit. In case you haven't noticed, we're stealthy. At least, that's what I've read. The same way as any orc, a snow bear left me near a warm forge. I'm just fooling. An orc hearthwife found me wandering in the woods and took me in. She raised me and my brother like other orc cubs. Taught us to fight and hunt and break things. You're the first one this one has ever met. Did I say that right? It would be good to learn more about the Khajiit. I have plenty of questions. But right now, I'm more concerned about Winks and my friends. Avreg and the orcs are my real family.
But if you mean about where I came from, no. I had this moon medallion when they found me. My Hearth Mother says it brings me good luck, but not so much today. You don't miss what you never had, though, right? Winks, where did you get to, you bad kitty? Disappear! By the First Forge, I'll never get the hang of this! Starting to get the hang of this stealth thing. That ogre didn't even know I was there. Hey, what's this place? It's so big. You look for the hunters and I'll find Winks. Deal? Oh, there have been signs. I even saw her briefly. The Durzog was chasing her and I killed it. Well, I guess I wounded it. It slunk off in that direction. But Winks dashed ahead again. She must be around here somewhere. Possibly. Winks can slip through the smallest openings. But she could be in here somewhere. It's a big room. If one of those reekers hurts my cat, they'll taste my blade. Find anything interesting? You look like the Hearth Mother whose Horker roast comes out of the oven and the nose ring she thought she lost is poking out of the gravy. So, what did you find? Can I see that? Sounds like Khajiit jewelry, but it's strange that you found it in an old orc ruin. It's just like mine. Exactly the same! And look how the bag was placed near these odd pillars. I think it's a puzzle. I love puzzles! Maybe one of my dreams is to find out where I came from. Well, and then learn that I'm part of a royal Khajiit bloodline. I'm sure these pillars are some sort of puzzle. Must be a hint around here that will help us solve it. I saw a flash. I think there's something over there. you think that scroll was left for me? Let me see that. Zeshara. My mother's name was Zeshara, and my sire was Ozin. I didn't remember that. The Hearth Mother said that a hunting party found me wandering in a snowstorm, too cold even to cry. They took me back to the stronghold. They did. They've always been good to me. The Hearth Mother, my brother Avreg, Orgotha, and others. I'm an orc, even if I don't look like one. But maybe my parents were rescued. Let's look for more clues. Maybe my Khajiit family is still alive. They must have gone deeper into the ruins. Follow me! Child. Let's search this chamber. She made these puzzles so that her child, so that I could find her. Come on, let's figure this one out. It's meant to be simple, isn't it? To entertain a child. Let's look around the room and see what's here. There are tombs, tables, altars, carvings, and other things in this room. Must be one of those. She hid them with simple spells. I think I remember playing this game when I was very Do you think they remained in these ruins, looking for me? It took a while, but I guess I did. It happened so long ago. I don't really remember her, or my people. I'm not sure how I feel about all this, but I need to find Winks. Maybe my mother left something else for me. I'll keep my eyes open as I look around. I'll look for more puzzles. And my cat. She's around here somewhere. I just know it. Oh, I forgot. Disappear! Damn it!
Don't know who you are, but at least you're not a short, hostile reeker. I'll live. But you need to find Zubasha. The reeker chieftain dragged her off. Something bad is going to happen to her, I just know it. All right. I'll sneak out of here and make my way back to the camp. When you find the chieftain, make sure you hurt him a lot before you kill him. He won't let Zubasha go if there's a breath still in him.
Maybe it's another riddle. Look, that vase. Do you think that's a little smiling moon? She hid them with simple spells. I think I remember playing this game when I was very young. Can my heart hurt so much for someone I never knew? I think you're right. Making these puzzles seemed to give her some small amount of hope in a difficult situation. I still need to find my cat. I'll scout ahead and see if my mother left anything else for me. disappear! I think I found my mother. I was a fool to think my family might still be alive. There are other Khajiit skeletons in here. I didn't think it would hurt this much. She left those silly notes and puzzles for me. She loved her son. She loved me. I'm Jasim, but I'm also Elzar. Sounds kind of funny to this one's ears. No, not completely. They're my family too, you know. My mother said that I have trade and travel in my blood. I might go to Orsinium, apprentice myself to a merchant for a while. See how that feels. Yes, it is, isn't it? Maybe I'll contact someone in Mistral. Ask about Zeshara and Azin. I'd like to learn more about them. I'm going to stay here a while longer, pay my respects, you know. Then I really have to go find my cat. Farewell, Mother. Don't worry about me. Find the missing hunters and the Reeker totem. I've got the stealth thing working fine now. May Joan and Jode shelter you, Mother. And may Malakath guide your way. Winks! Where did you run off to, you naughty little cat? Well, I'm glad you're back.
Get that totem first, then come free me. I'm not going anywhere. Reeker chief was very improper. He kept stroking my braid.
Are the others all right? I'd better go find them.
Thanks for rescuing my sister and the other hunters. But tell me, were you able to acquire the Reeker Chief's totem? Meeting you was the best thing that happened to us today. You have our thanks. I'll tell you though, I'm not looking forward to explaining all this to my mother the Huntwife or to our clan chief. Of course, we lost a few fine young orcs today and it was my fault. I secured permission to go out on our own. I led the hunting party. And I failed to spot the Reeker lair. That's how they were able to get the drop on us. After I make sure we get back to the clan safely, maybe I'll go and see the new city they're building. I've heard it's quite grand. In spite of my mistakes, we got the Reeker's totem and saved most of the hunting party. Thanks to you.